Hello everyone, my name is Ash, and welcome to my in-depth breakdown and speculation of Mass Effect Andromeda. And I'm sure I'm going to butcher that name like a million times and you won't even know. Anyway, because I'm in LA and not in the depths of space, sorry for any sounds you hear from the outside, but I wanted to make sure I shared my thoughts with you as soon as possible. Anyway, Andromeda is the fourth game within the Mass Effect action RPG series, and judging by its name, it's rolling the same way that Dragon Age is, by avoiding the numerical system and giving its own part of the universe to explore. Also, this way, it doesn't link to the previous trilogy with Commander Shepard, RIP. We'll get into the specifics of the name, including its relation to the original trilogy setting in the Milky Way galaxy, very soon. But for now, let's start with the actual trailer. If you haven't seen it for yourself, click the link in the description below and be sure to come back. A preview into the multiple worlds we will see in the Andromeda galaxy. In Mass Effect 1 through 3, we experience Shepard's story within the confines of the Milky Way galaxy. Andromeda, in regards to real life, is approximately 2.5 million light years away from the Earth. Tundras, snow, and everything in between. One of the areas reminds me greatly of Tuchanka, to be honest. ARC. This is the specific codename that I feel may come into play in either the naming of your ship or the project that you're embarking on. You go to find new worlds and new territory, where I think it plays off the story of Noah and the Ark, where Noah built a huge ark for his family to survive the massive flood, intended to purge sinners. Think it may reflect on Mass Effect's story. Reapers are taking over worlds, humans are increasing in population in a galaxy where other expanding races exist, like the Asari, the Turians, and especially the Krogans. But one of the things that may throw off my theory is RW1, which may be the ship's name instead, or it could be merely worlds, which I'll go into detail later. Habitable land looks promising, however, we see a ship leaving the land here. It's definitely not of human make, and may be one of the new species that is being introduced into the new game. Also, considering the world isn't colonized already, we, as the main character, may be fighting for rights to claim the land. And tornadoes and fire, because why not? But that's not why I'm drawing your attention. Look at the interface on the bottom. What looks like a mineral map is showing on screen, as well as a set of numbers, which I believe to be distance measurements, and the names TMP and ST. I had originally thought it was temperature, but in actuality, these are code names for planets that you will be able to see and visit on demand. KAP, M70, GTN18, ST, TBR, and more. FTL destination, by the way, is what shows up on the red, so there is faster than light travel. To be expected. The map, as well as the command panel, reminds me greatly of Mass Effect 3's DLC Leviathan, which we used to pinpoint Leviathan's location, so we can guesstimate that we are in the same timeline, or around, as Shepard's, if we depend on the likeness of technology, and especially since the developers have confirmed Andromeda is not a prequel and quote, not necessarily a sequel. Now, let me take the time to note the music as well as our leading man. The N7's soldier, who has armor where the top is similar to the angle sweater that you can actually buy on the Bioware store right now, an elongated screen for his helmet, and the M6 Carnifex pistol as his sidearm. The Wild West. That's the theme that Mass Effect is going so far. Andromeda is still a very unexplored galaxy, and it seems that we will be exploring on foot, in vehicles, and by air. New territories, new worlds. Other than fighting the enemies we don't know just yet, we'll be exploring with the Mako, which I guess will be just as unruly and difficult to control as it was in Mass Effect 1. A jetpack. We most likely need it for exploration, considering what they're showing us reminds us of a more expanded version of the exploration for Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2. We'll be able not only to explore the worlds in the Mako, but also on foot. With jetpacks, that means vertical challenges, so hills, valleys, mountains, and cliffs, and perhaps a prize at the top for those willing to take the less taken path. Where this character goes? That's a base in the canyon, an underground facility most likely, considering that this place is definitely prone to dust storms. You can definitely tell that, considering the way that the dust is filling up the atmosphere. And to just confirm, here are the pylons. the mysterious lead, followed by a female Krogan and a female humanoid. At first I thought she wasn't human, but you can see what looks like an N7 tag on her armor. So both these characters are N7. It also looks like shields will come back, as the lead is protected by a shield that pops once a laser tries to kill him. There are also unknown creatures in the distance that aren't exactly distinguishable, and I'm actually inclined to say that these are the new species, judging by the high boots, big shoulders, smaller heads. The laser fires towards the crew. It also seems like a turret is what's causing the laser. It looks like we can attack with the Omniblade in conjunction with the jetpack. Here are 3 things that I think Mass Effect Andromeda can go. Number 1, overpopulation and human expansion. Yes, this is exactly what the elite survey entailed. We'll be playing the Pathfinder and colonizing new territories. But why did humanity get to that in the first place? Because there are few places that humans can call home. One of the main difficulties of humans is extending beyond their reach for habitable regions. Eden Prime, Beckenstein, Akuz, Horizon. While they're not expanding as much as the Krogans are, or were, depending on how you handle the genophage, humans do need more worlds to call their own that can sustain human life, without the difficulties of, say, the Council and all races involved. But also, the Reapers are a threat within the Milky Way galaxy. That specific galaxy resets every 50,000 years, and it's possible that the Pathfinder's team, or N7 at the time, knows of the Reaper's oncoming attack, and thus want to leave the galaxy as a method of survival. To do what no other race dared to do, and extend beyond reach. Number 2, the Rogue N7. Now this is speculative, but the character we see in this trailer is not our main character. BioWare has said on the release that this character seen in the trailer is not ours. My mind personally is spinning in circles how to describe this, however I do have one explanation. It's our rival or one of our antagonists. We've always been the man or woman in N7 armor. We were Commander Shepard. But what if we weren't? What if we were simply someone who's part of N7, but isn't the only one on this quest? I'm tempted to believe that there will be an upcoming line in the game that says, "This galaxy ain't big enough for the 2 of us, and your N7 will have to fight another." But that's just me. And number 3, no way back home. With the events of Mass Effect 3, the relays are damaged or destroyed, depending on the way Shepard handled the end. It's possible that we may see an exodus from the Milky Way galaxy into Andromeda. This would also work with the codename ARC, but there's no transport if the relays are busted, and everyone may be stuck in Andromeda, player and crew included. And FTL travel is more costly than relays. The theme is a Wild West, and perhaps the crew involved aren't ever supposed to go home. Or rather, they are stuck now in a situation where they have to make the best of things lest they die out in the galaxy. In any case, Mass Effect Andromeda is confirmed for Holiday 2016. Players can play only as a human so far, unfortunately, and either male or female. You can read up more on their blog at blog.bioware.com. What do you think? Andromeda, what do you want out of this game? I personally want a home to build, rather than simply living on a ship forever. Something like Shepard's apartment in Mass Effect Citadel or Mass 1. But that's just me. Say what you think in the comments below. Also, don't forget, I'm at E3. I can ask questions that you want to know, so if you got one, leave it in the comments. I'm out. E3 officially starts tomorrow, and I got a date with Destiny and BioWare and other lovelies. I'll see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Or just leave some love in the comments. I'll see you next time.